There was one new tool you said that basically, and I thought at first, this is how I do things. Oh, it sounds really cool that they'll have people message me on Facebook and Twitter and all these other places, and it pulls them all into one place.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
And I was like, yeah, that sounds really cool until everybody says, hey, I messaged you on Twitter. And then I have to go look for their message. And it's like, I'm not
Yeah,
doing
it's
that.
still one.
I'm
Yeah,
not
that's a
feeling
BS.
that. So,
Well, you do the social. You still hit the socials yourself though, right?
not anymore.
Yeah, I just probably sort these out. If it's not a client or yeah,
Yeah.
we're picky. I really don't want to have to. I don't want to talk to anybody unless they're like my friends and close.
Yeah.
Like
Here's
group
one because I
members.
mentioned I normally, and I don't want to have to do it, but it's like the rudest people, the rudest clients I get. Hopefully none of y'all are in here, but are UK people. They're some of
Really
the, I cannot stand them, bro. I can't deal with them on any level when it comes to client.
interesting. Wow.
I've almost put a form in there to ask them to fill out what country they're from because of it. I'm serious because every
Okay.
time I've had people go, okay, we're going to do an SEO call. So think about this one. They go to an SEO call and say, Chris, I need to do an SEO call this Monday at 8 p.m. so we can go over the evidence of what you have done as far as SEO.
The evidence.
So what would your response be? The evidence.
I'll get right on that.
He's laughing.
Yeah.
I'm serious, dude. I'm serious. This was the call, and this is it's typical. It's not like. And I have a friend that is UK, and I go, I called him. I said, can I ask you this? I was like, can I ask you something? And I said, not to be rude, but are just UK people assholes? And are they just, and he said, what do you mean? And I told him, he said, oh, yes. He said, we're complete assholes, but we learned it from the United States. And I was like, are you kidding me? You going to talk about you learned it from
The
us?
easy out. Yeah, of course.
And I was just like, but I told him, I said, what happens is you get a UK client, this is what happens. or they get a lot of times just rude. But, it's not necessarily, I don't deal with it with Australia. I don't deal with it in the States. I don't deal with it with Africans. I don't deal with any other country. It's always the same. I can almost guarantee if I can read the message and go, let me take a guess, and then pull
UK.
their email and it's UK. It's a standing joke. Fernell's like, it's the UK, sir. Let's
Of
see what kind
course.
of questions we got going in here. Chris, would you talk about entities and how to use them in your SEO audits and website creation?
Uh, entities in the audits. Oh, wait. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why was that?
James, I like even more now, James. James, this UK clients expect a Ferrari service with a Honda budget.
So, if you're doing Patrick, I think if is that was Patrick. Patrick,
yeah, that's Patrick.
Yeah. He's good, man. Always has good questions for me. So I think that when you're doing your initial analysis, you're going to do an on-page technical, on-page, off-page, right? Competitive analysis, I'd venture to guess, right? The whole kit and caboodle, especially when you're intaking a client or maybe your own stuff. So the entities are going to come down when you get to the on-page point. Especially for competitive terms, you really want to figure out, how many headings have entities? What's the overall entity count? What's the diversity? How many should I have on the page really? So it just goes into your on page, but more so for competitive terms. So when you're doing your on page, just that's another factor in my opinion. That's all.
So Bob H says, hey, Chris, last week you said something about using Canva tags to rank or something like that and how they are great to use for keywords. What are they? Never heard of them.
A Canva tag?
I think it was actually someone else, Bob. There was another guy, Ivan, I believe. He came in here because Ivan's another SEO, and he talked about using Canva and taking, if it's the same conversation, taking Canva and taking, let's say, an entire document and putting it inside a Canva and then uploading it to the website for CTR. I think that was on another class, Bob. But I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, that I don't do that.
And then someone else even messaged right after that and said, beware of that because you can get into your keyword density and fuck it up even doing it because it's still going to be read.
Yeah, I mean, but how big of an image? That has to be a massive image, though. I would venture to
Yeah,
guess.
it would. You know,
Yeah, it would have to be huge. And how many words can you get into a picture?
I forget how many he said, but it was a hell of a lot, bro. I
Really?
mean, for example, I can screenshot an entire, if your page is 10,000 words, I can still screenshot the entire thing with something I have. So,
Yeah, but
but
is
it's
Google gonna read that though?
from what he said, yeah, it's still readable. I
I don't
think it was
believe
on
it.
CTR class
Do you believe it?
last
I
week,
don't believe
Bob.
it. I don't believe it, William. Because you go see Cloud
I
Vision.
also, I also say test certain things. So, and I've put
Yeah.
things on Cloud Vision and I've put specific keywords in it, and sometimes it reads it and sometimes it doesn't,
Depending
you
on,
know.
yeah, depending on a few factors. If he's looking at like OCR technology or that type of technology,
Yeah.
I don't know how much it's gonna read it, but I don't know how much though.
Yeah.
They're fun over
It's
there.
like I've used some of it like logos or okay, you got asphalt human being in it and stuff like that with the vision stuff, but
Yep,
nothing
it'll pick
crazy.
it out. Nothing crazy. No. Even lens, it's like, yeah, so I don't know.
So I think that was it, Bob. I don't know. If Ivan ever, he's not in here now, but if he comes in, you can ask him. He's usually, I think, in some of the CTR classes, but he wasn't on yesterday. So, but yeah. Let's see. Let's see if we got any more. Yeah, it was into the Zoom call. It was, yeah, then ask Brock. It was definitely not Chris's. Chris's or Brock's, and it ended before I could figure it out. Yeah, ask Brock. He'll be on Friday. And it wasn't last week. That was almost 2 weeks ago then. Because last week they were in New Orleans. So, but yeah. Get y'all's questions in here because otherwise I'll start asking questions
Nice.
and just hang out. Um, did you get ranked for your? I know you wanted to get ranked on Amazon for SEO audit. Did you hit the top? Yeah.
When it was a new release, because I had a rush of
Uh-huh.
sales.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just while it was a new release, I think it hit like I'm on that first page. I don't know exactly because it fluctuates depending on how many people buy it for the day. I'm not sure though if
You're
I
number
really
one,
have no
bro.
idea currently.
Number one. I just did it. You're number one. What are you talking about?
Oh, and number one? Okay. No, hey.
I just did a Google search number S for SEO audit. You're number one. Bright ass
Nice.
yellow photo. Right before that, then next some Avik ball and yeah, you're up there, bro. At
Yep.
least for me, but I mean, it's in my account, so it's not an incognito or nothing. But
Sweet. No, I'm happy. SEO audit. Yeah, maybe I'll get around to making out the page too. Writing out a page. See if I could get. It's going to be kind of hard to compete with freaking SEMrush and Ahrefs though,
yeah,
and Brian or yeah, SEMrush. I
right,
think.
yeah. Let's see. Patrick says, is it still good practice to link one GMB post to previous posts or daisy chaining? I mean, I do it, but I don't necessarily. Chris is, you're not a fan of necessarily just doing unending posts forever. So,
Yeah, you can do it. I used to do it quite consistently. Um, I don't do it anymore. Um, I don't do it anymore.
I mean, it's one of the things we do for all of our clients. I mean, I'm not going to say it moves the needle or anything. To me, it makes sense. But, right now we're doing things that are moving the needles with just some very simplistic shit. And we're testing some things out. And if all what we're doing works, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of some other stuff that's taking up time. So, one of which is daisy chaining. So, because that does take time, but we've
And
got it.
stuff.
Yeah.
And stuff changes like every week, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
like next
That's
week I'll be like, hey, this week you
daisy
know,
chaining. If you're not daisy chaining, I don't know what you're doing.
yeah. Because then stuff stops working. You'll go through your process and you're like, wait a minute, I'm not getting the result that I'm expecting in the time frame. So then you go back to the board and you're like, all right. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
got it. It's always the same procedure though, pretty much.
Now let's see. Dan, can you go through how to optimize an image? I mean, you, he could if you want him to. I mean, we also went over that in class yesterday with CTR. It's specifically called image SEO, and we'll be dropping in the group after this class about 9:05. But you can have Chris do his little method if you want.
Yeah, for me though, for me, it's all about time and result, right? So I'm making sure that the title of the image is going to be optimized, because it depends on where you're putting that image. Like if you're putting it on and housing it on your site, if you want to add some maybe geolocation data in there, that's that.
Yeah, that's basically all we do.
As far as your GMB though, I'm not going to spend time on, I don't waste my time. I don't mess around with it but I want to make sure that the title of the image is optimized. For sure.
The same way I've had people come in and want us to optimize with the GMB. I told them, to me, it's a waste of time. It doesn't move the needle, not to the level that everybody thinks it does.
Yep. It's not worth it. Now, do I want to get an image in there that's optimized for a particular, like the title of the image is a big, long title? Heck yeah. Am I going to run traffic to that image? Definitely. But am I going to like run it through a tool and like do every single one? Nah, that's too much, no result.
Dan says, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Patrick, do you have a checklist when you're troubleshooting a dropping website?
Written
It
down
starts
now.
dropping all of a sudden. I'd about say if you have one, I'd like to have it because I'll pay for it. The only thing we do is if it starts dropping and we look at it, they'll tell me, and then I come in and I look at it, and I can usually eyeball stuff and tell you different things that maybe was missed or whatever. And generally speaking, it's nothing that you would think.
Yep, run in on crawl or screaming frog. Make sure it's not technical. Then I'll move to the on page and take a look at the SERP. See like what am I missing? Right? Is it like what is it? And then of course I'll generally first before any of that happens, have you done any link building in the last 30 days? So if it's not links on page or technical, then I don't know what it would be. That's usually what we're looking at though. That's what I think anybody would look at. Backlinks, technical, on page.
Then I have the exact opposite happen, Patrick, where it's like we just had one where the entire grid was red. And then we ran a report. We did some stuff with some CTR tactics and stuff that we're testing out. And within less than 2 weeks, it went entirely green in ones. So we're testing that out to say in that instance, we go, okay, what's different, because we didn't do any of the normal, stuff that we normally do. It was just specifically one thing, and the entire grid launches green. So we're like, okay, what's up? And that's on one keyword. Then the other keywords were there completely red. Half of the damn thing's green now. So I know it works. So I go, okay, that's something that works. That's your, if you will, your spreadsheet or your little check off. I know it's work because it's if you will, a method that I'm only testing one thing on. So Patrick says, what is on crawl?
It's just another tool. If you have Screaming Frog, which I think most people use, probably like that site bulb works.
That
I think it's a ghetto version of just like a Screaming Frog. That's all. There's a bunch of variations of it too. There's it's either deep assist or deep crawl, web crawl, site bulb, Screaming Frog. I think whatever you have access to, though, I think they're pretty much kicking back the same result.
Yeah, exactly. Says, yeah, I use Link Assistant. That's all, Patrick. I mean, I also use Screaming Frog, and then there's another one I use by forget his name now. I'm not even gonna try, but you interviewed him the other day. So
I really like OnCrawl a lot, but if you don't have access to it, like that's, you could use whatever you want.
Bob, let's see here. I'll go back real quick. How to figure out exactly what causes it to go up or down. It's not easy to it's not easy to diagnose because it could be this, thousands of things. So I generally do the technical, and then I'll also do just glance over the pages and see what's going on. Internal linking. Is there anything unusual that was done? On crawl and site bulb rock deep crawl. That's James Slatery. And then Bob says, Chris, I was looking at GSA. What do you buy, use? I see a bunch of add-ons. Do you need any of them?
So with GSA, I'd probably get Capture Breaker. If not Capture Breaker, then you can use, if you have like, well, as far as that site's concerned, if you have Capture Breaker and GSA, you'll be able to run the tool. But I think, what is it? There's another one in there that you can utilize instead of using Capture. It's slipping my mind for some reason. Is it Xevil? I think it's like
you're the GSA king. I don't know nothing about fucking GSA.
Yeah, it's another tool. I don't use it. I forget the name of it. I think it's Ranker. I think it's Xevil. Something to do with. I don't use it, but I see a lot of people utilizing it, and it works very well for answering captchas. But I personally don't use it. I just use GSA, Capture Breaker, and then, I've curated a list over time. So
you have training on GSA too, and in the back end of your mastermind, you go over GSA and give away GSA lists and help the peoples.
After.
All right, any more questions, guys? Get them in here. I'm gonna end my questions. So
low. Don't we meet every single day? Don't you have one every day?
Yeah, they meet every day. Craig got them fired up on, I think, what was it, Tuesday? He decided to show a niche that he did an audit for, which was sex dolls. And I was like, Craig here. But I was like, he's like, yeah, he said the chat just blew up. And I was like, yeah, you got like 50 men in here and maybe one woman, dude. What do you expect? And blew, he said, yeah, that was so funny. Blew the roof off of my home.
I'm knocking stuff over.
Yeah, I have one of those damn things. That thing is like, I can't stand
hate it. And then I tied it like I not tied it, but I have like one of those stands where you like hang it, and I'm like, Then when I want to move it, I have to disconnect. That's fine. Yep. Oof, done.
The one that we have upstairs, the one I was using, all it is a giant sheet, and then I have another one that's like 5 foot, and that's the Elgato. The Elgato's shit. So, but that thing cost me $300 damn just for the damn thing, because it's literally pops up, and I can take it with me wherever I want.
Nice. Yeah, this one, does it twist like this? And then you fold it. Oh, it's not one of those. You got the real deal.
It's literally the real deal. Saying you open it, plop, plop, plop.
Nice. Yeah, this one I could like bend in half and then put it in a little bag.
Hate that damn shit. I had one of those
like $7.
The chair. They go behind the chair here, and I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Yeah. And then sometimes the light's not working, and then with the Elgato, it's perfect. I don't know what they did to it, but it's perfect. But it's heavy as shit, and I don't like dragging it around either. James, question: how do you push through tough edits? Deal with edits not moving forward.
Edits moving forward?
You talking about niche edits? What are you talking about in specific, James? These crypto questions. GMB edits. Okay.
Oh, GMB edits. Yeah, sometimes they take a little bit of time to go through, but that happens.
Own category.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what are you gonna do? You make your edits, you make your changes, and when you wake up the next day, sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. And if they're not, you go back in and change it again.
I've done them. I did one on freaking Google Class the other was it months ago that was a live edit, but it's not always like that. And it was live and went through within 5 minutes, you know.
It's not always.
And back then, James, I tell you, I used to be able to do edits on, let's say, the title, the fucking title, and I did like 60 of them in a day, not one suspension. So of course, while I was doing it and they were going through, I kept doing it. And then when it actually, I started getting a couple of suspensions, I stopped. And then I got them reinstated. But what I was doing, even with the phone number back then, I would edit the phone number and I wouldn't move. I wouldn't give it any quote unquote signals. And then I would sit here and hit Control F5 about 6 to 7 times until it accepted the edit and it pushed it live. And that works. It's just you're going to take a chance sometimes. That's what I've done. I don't know if it has anything to do with the Control F5. I don't know if it has anything to do with me moving the mouse. I just know that whenever I was doing them, they were getting through. Yeah. I remember you doing that, William. It was a kind of voodoo. Yeah. And it works. I mean, I don't know why it works, but I just know it works.
Sometimes you could do that, or I don't know, like I don't know.
Sometimes you feel like you can stand on your fucking head and Google will be like, it works. So I don't know.
There you go. And I think too, like those tools, I don't know if they've changed. Like Local Viking used to let you be able to change it. But if not, like you can go over to like Fiverr people per hour and have somebody write you up the script to utilize the API. And you should be able to change out primary category and secondary categories that way. That's how you change the primary. But yeah, I think does Viking, you don't use Viking. I don't use it anymore either. I actually saw you using Falcon. I was like, dude, I like this tool, man. It's cool.
That's all I use. I use Falcon.
Yeah.
And I am affiliated with Falcon, but that's not why I use it. I used to only use Falcon. Then I started using Viking because Chase told me, he said, hey, you should get a sponsor or affiliate with Viking. And I went over to Viking and they gave me a sponsorship. And then whenever that happened, I said, okay, let me start using Viking. I started liking it. And then when the shit hit the fan and crashed and they didn't want to help nobody, especially someone that's got, a hell of a lot of clients, that's when I was like, I'm done. I'm out of here. Moving. And stopped it. So niche edits, Patrick, you're going to be like the SEO king by the time you're done, bro.
Yeah, man.
How are niche edits different than regular backlinks?
Well, they're not different. But the difference though, I mean, a link is a link, but the difference is generally, depending on where you buy them from, right? It's going to be on usually an existing page. I recently was dealing with a vendor and they gave me good links. They were strong, but they weren't what would generally be classified as a niche edit. A niche edit would be, in the same topical category and on a page that's already been existing, not on a new page or into a new page, So it's on a page that's already been existing, getting traffic that's in the same topical category. Like business.
So I just saw this, and now I'm sorry if I'm interrupting you, but you actually have a paperback version of this book.
Yes. Yep.
It wasn't there. That's why now I'm like, okay. So how many pages is this? And it breaks it completely down, dude.
Just got it, dude.
How many does it break it down to, Chris? Talk to
me. Yeah, and after the formatting, 252.
Okay. I love you, Chris. I'm gonna show you. I'm buying 50 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
My man, you're the best.
I have not had an SEO audit book, dude. to give to the boys. So I'm gonna buy them right now.
You're the best.
Um, I'm always looking, man.
If I wasn't number one, I'm gonna be number one now. I had somebody else do a nice order like that not too long ago.
They only let me buy 30, so I'm going to buy 30, then I'm going to pop in another 20. So place order. This is going to go on that card. Make sure I have it on that card.
Thank you.
Sorry, guys. I just saw it because I got the entity one, but this one, if it's Chris, I know it's good.
Yeah, why is it blurring it out?
Because you're not pull. I don't know. Then it blurred it out then too. Verify me. You want to verify that it's me.
That's so weird. It like blurs it. See it?
Yep, that's just saying it's unusual to do that.
I wonder why my camera's blurring the. That's so weird. What the heck? Do you think it's because I put the link to my site right there in the QR code?
Now it's not. Now when it's down and not right in front of the camera, like right now, it's fine now. There you go.
It's just crazy though.
I didn't know. It's the last time I looked, it was a Kindle. That's what I was like, what?
Yeah, it was an ebook, but I was waiting for because you have to get a Library of Congress number.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you buy the ISBN, but then you have to get it. You can't just buy it and then, okay, you're a book owner now, you know? Cool. You got to get accepted kind of, which everybody does, but it takes time. Yeah, man.
Place your order. 30 of them, that bad boys.
This was in my Quantum Possibilities notebook, writing a book. You know, you ever heard that? You heard that one before?
Quantum Possibilities. Yes, I do.
Oh, you know about Charlie Rocket?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, man. You're in all the stuff I'm into. How about Alex Hormozy?
Yep, I love Alex Hormozy. I got all of his stuff. I listen to Alex all the time.
I don't have nothing to sell you.
Yeah.
I love it, man. It's my guy.
My mentor actually, to give you a little, go look up Perry Belcher.
Oh yeah, I know who he is for sure. Oh yeah.
He's the guy I consult with quite often. So we'll see. He's really cool. Only problem is he's in Vegas. He wants me to come out to Vegas. I'm like, if I go to Vegas, I'll end up divorced. Tell him gonna be in trouble.
I think you'll be. I
can't stay away.
I know you don't gamble anymore, and you don't drink, right?
I don't gamble because I'm not in the areas where gambling is allowed, and my wife is not with me, dude. There's a difference between not gambling and
I disliked Vegas. I was not. I mean, I had fun at the conference or whatever, but I didn't really. I wasn't like, yay.
Bellagio and all of them. I could name, I know exactly where my ass would be. I told my wife when we went to Okada, she was there with me. And then me and Jason, she says, oh, well, I'm supposed to go meet a bunch of influencers, like 300 influencers end of April. You can go without me. And I went, no, not happening. Because Manila's got probably a couple of, we got main casinos and we got regular ones. So I don't mess with them. Michelle Estrada, good to have you here. Does it matter if you're on a Mac or PC? Yes, Control F5 is a PC. It's not a Mac, and I don't use Mac, so I'm not going to be able to tell you what to do. Ari, do you have any discounts for us to get Falcon? No, I don't. Only thing I have is my affiliate code, and I don't even know where it's at. They don't pay me that, It's not like it's pennies, bro. It's pennies. It's nothing big. Lead snap. Yes. If you go onto my channel and you look up Lead Snap, I used to do a weekly with him, and yes, he does have a nice discount in there. I actually use them more because you can do, if you were prospecting, and run their geogrids in there too. So, but basically, I'm always trying to look for books, and this is one thing I'm going over into Agency War Room and trainings to give our boys to help get them better. So,
and for everybody, like, after I went through the process, and your guys and you and everybody, I think, well, you already have one. You probably already know. But getting links from Amazon and Google and Barnes and Noble, very, very easy to create an ebook once you figure out how to get it into EPUB format. It's very, very easy to go and collect all those links. So get your book, get your 50,000 words, create it a PDF format, take that PDF, take it over to EPUB, like go to Fiverr and get somebody to convert it into EPUB. Once you have that EPUB file, you can then go collect links from Google, Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Like, give everybody a gem for the day. It's very easy to go collect all those links, go get them for sure. And then you want to be an authority. Something we did with a couple different clients is create books, Google books around a topic for your clients. So say you have a lawyer, you've heard that saying, like, I wrote the book on, well, when you have 50 Google books on a lawyer topic in Arizona, lo and behold, you become the number one lawyer in Arizona. So very, very effective. Oh, can you still hear me, William?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay.
I hear you, bro. I'm just buying more of your books. That's all.
Thank you, man.
Looking, and I got my YouTube payment in here too. So
yeah, I've been watching. I'm waiting for the next list up for USA Today, which is the one I'm after. I'm never, you have to sell 4,000 units in the first week to hit New York Times. So that's out the window.
You guys,
but USA Today is 1,000 units.
Here's the link so y'all can go buy the damn book, because I just bought 40 of them. So
you're the man. Thank you.
Let's see. There's a book link for you, Michelle. The Kindle's
I bought 200 of them.
Yeah. The Kindle's only $1.99. The paperback's $12.99. If you have a team and you're looking to get them stuff, one of the things that I do, is I'll go buy Chris's trainings and then I'll have my boys go through them. And then if I find books, like the other one was Entity SEO by Dan Jones, I believe, Dan something. I bought that one. And the only reason I had bought that one is the only other person I really liked that had a book. And now Chris has a book. So, and they don't have Kindles, and I didn't want to buy 40 fucking Kindles. So now he had a paper book. So I go buy the paper book, and you give it to him because, you want to train your team. You want to get your team better. If you're not improving, you're stagnating. So.
Well, and I learned a lesson about pre-sales too, to hit the lists. So the next one I already have in the chamber is SEO myths. So I'm thinking I'm going to take the 500 tests, right? So anything that's tested that, people think is gospel for SEO, but it's tested, we have a result. I'm going to cover that in the next book. And I think that'll be a sick one, but I'm going to do pre-sales on that. Yeah, that'll be a good one. That's my next one. SEO myths. And then
the other one is quantum possibilities.
I'm
trying
Charlie
to find
Rock.
the link.
I don't know if that's a book.
I was trying to see if there's an actual book for it, because I had someone ask me. Yeah, it's a book. Well, they have it. No, it's not a book, but they have, if you will, MP3s and shit you can listen to. No, there's no book for it, guys.
Yeah.
Kindle, that's on Kindle, but then there's the actual ebook. Is it okay to change the GMB name or location? Okay, I'll start with that one. Depending on what the business name is, I will try to sneak, if you will, a keyword. Let's say it was, give you an example. Let's say Meta, MEDI, Meta, Facility LLC. That has nothing to do with their actual keyword, but medical spa does. So I might try to slip in, be the really slick and try to do it all at once and go medical spa, or change it just medical from medi to medical the first, few weeks, and then wait, and then come in there and slip in spa later. but I don't try to do too much at once as of late. The second one was, how many times can you do that without getting penalized? I don't know, dude, because there are times I got away with it almost 60 times within
At
an
once.
hour,
Yeah.
and it worked, and not one of them failed. And I think it was the next, by end of week, when they were doing an update. I would say don't do it during updates. I can tell you that much. And when we were doing it about a week later, didn't know, and they were started running updates, and then I got like 2 penalties just from changing a URL, not even the name, the URL. Okay. And then had to get them unsuspended. So, what sort of tricks do you have up your sleeves? I don't have any, except doing citations and sending some branded traffic and stuff like that. But I don't know if that's going to help as far as get the edits pushed through. Chris, would you create a training on how? This Patrick, I love you, bro. Chris, would you create a training on how to create and write an SEO book? I think many of us here would buy that.
I love you, man.
Super SEO myths.
Yeah, I got like SEO. It's either going to be SEO testing or SEO myths. I already got that. Yeah, writing a book again it's
a lot of work.
The hard part is just writing it out. This was kind of easy for me because it's just a list. It's just an SEO audit. It's definitely a page turner. That's for sure. It's an SEO audit written out, so it wasn't that hard, really. Just very time consuming.
I'll tell you what's going to happen when Mr. Bill gets his package of SEO books. If Chris doesn't tell him not to, Mr. Bill is going to do an opening, unboxing.
Oh,
and he's going to title it SEO audit. And then Mr. Bill's going to put the Amazon link up in that YouTube description. And he's going to rank the bitch.
Dude.
So I know he's all about that, but
all day, man.
Always do unboxings. Unboxings get some of the most viral traffic I've ever done. So,
and then too, like
CTR, so.
And I mean, you'll have the physicals, but doing what I was doing was, instead of running people through like on a book sale, they give like 3%, right?
Yeah.
But on a Audible sign up, they give you $12.
Nice.
So I was like, hey, you can get the book for free, but go get Audible.
Sign up to Audible.
You get it for free,
nice.
And then I get $12. So it works out better for me and for you, or whoever wanted it. So like the first 240 copies, that's how they came through. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it says, whenever I want to get my mind off of SEO, I watch documentaries on quantum mechanics. Well, I like watching Neil Strauss and a bunch of other people. Yeah, I used to watch, maybe this give away my history. I used to watch Christopher Hitchens and stuff, but that's, outside of quantum mechanics, but he's kind of in the same realm, if you will. Shoot, what do you do when you get a client's GMB suspended? If they don't have their if they don't have their business license, if they don't have their pictures, if they don't have their receipts, I have to come up with some.
Yep.
I have some websites for that, but and I tell them specifically, do not respond to Google. Send me the email, let me respond, and then I'll send it over. And if that doesn't work, I have someone that works on the inside that can help. But half the time she's too damn busy to do anything. So don't come inboxing me asking me first. She's actually in the GMB group. She was in the first GMB group, if any of y'all remember when I first did it. And she came on and did a live with me. She's been flown out by Google, etc. And no, she's not a freaking, she's like, I forget what they call them, but yes, she has inside abilities and stuff. But she's going to ask you.
Product expert.
Nope. Product expert is like, I'm a product expert.
Yeah.
That's not impressive.
Well, it's kind of impressive. Yeah. I mean,
I forget what they call it, but basically they flew her out to their headquarters. There is a set of if there is a set of experts that they will actually fly out to their headquarters. She's one of them, and she actually lives where I used to live, which is in Jacksonville. So, um, so the other thing is I told them, don't respond to them. Let me respond to them. But she's going to ask you the same shit that I would ask you for, which is pictures, inside, outside logos, business receipts, business license, everything. It's nothing special. It's just when they see her name attached to that documentation, they immediately trust it.
Here's something. I had 23 of them. We'll just say 20. I think it was about 23. Not all suspended at the same time, but all bogus batches that got suspended. And what I figured out from those 23 was that it's an automated system. So I just went in and was just clicking it. But here's what I learned, and I'll share this with you. So like you could literally put in nothing and it's still 50-50. But what you have to do is you get two. So when you get suspended, they're going to send you an auto email to the email that was attached. But if you go to the same support, it's actually two different URLs. It'll be the same page, but it's two different URLs. It's quite interesting. So if you go into like the forum support or whatever on the reconsideration request, I believe it's what it's called, or the reinstatement, right? So you could do that from one page, plus go into the email and you do that twice and just fill out those answers. It's like 8 answers. It's literally 50-50. Like I just went and didn't even submit anything and they were reinstating. And I'm like, I didn't even do anything. I'm like telling them bogus stuff. I've been here for 14 years. Like, I don't know why this is happening. Dude, literally that was been my experience recently. I don't know about, what's going to happen tomorrow.
Literally trying to find her in here because now you got me going like.
It's not Joy, is it? Joy Hawkins?
No. Molly Youngblood. And I brought her in. She's on my friends list as well. I had brought her in, and I guess she didn't realize, like some people don't realize, how many clients she's going to get by coming in and talking. And then she kind of vanished because she's a single mama. She can only handle so much work.
Oh, how about this, William? I got some black hat stuff for you guys. You want to hear some juice? Yeah, so check this out. So we had our VAs do this. So we went out to 100 across different industries. So I wasn't able to particular go into different industries, right? But because I was all over the place, right? In different states, in the United States only. And we did international too, but in the United States, we went to 100 different businesses and requested manager access as an agency. And out of that 100, 6 people gave us full access.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
Bro.
Out of 100 people, 6 just went, oh yeah, sure. And
6
they gave
went,
you
yes.
manager access?
6 out of 100. That's correct. That's right.
Oh my God.
All different. And two, I thought like we were hitting the southern states first. Dude, it doesn't matter. All over, all different industries, like all over the place. It's crazy.
That's insane. I just expect people not to.
6 out of 100. International was actually lower.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, the international UK and Canada slightly lower percentage.
James wants to know, did you use Lulu or BookBaby in creating your book? He has success with both of them.
I didn't use either of those. I learned that lesson after the fact. I wrote the book out with Dragon Dictation, and then I paid a girl to format it. And then after she formatted it, I converted it to EPUB and just submitted it through Amazon. Then I went over to Bacher, bought the ISBN, and submitted the EPUB again. And then I sat and I waited. And then Amazon accepted me, and Bacher did everything on that side. For the paperback, I just waited.
Yeah, I didn't do the paperback when I originally did my first ebook. And then it took me, I think, about a couple of weeks to get it accepted. but that was about it. But I didn't do the paperback yet. Uh, Chris, and that's Patrick, asked Craig to do an unboxing of what he talked about. Yo, Jason. Jason's in the house. He's upstairs and he's here. Graham is in the house. Hey guys, 2 hours sleep, finally made it. Patrick, all the energy of the youth. Graham, 1 GMB. Yep, 1 email. She is a Google ambassador. Yeah.
Oh,
Different.
nice. That sounds prestigious, though.
Yeah, I mean, when I first met her, in the group that I was helping to manage. It was Google Tips and something. And then when I promptly got removed out after it grew it, she was one of the individuals I met before I left. And I remember her making a post about being flown out by Google. And I was like, you're full of shit. And then I dug more and then found out, as I know she's not full of shit. And then that's when I made my connection with her and then brought her into the group. That was the original GME masterclass. It is this lesson right here, and I will drop it in this group as well, so y'all could go watch it if you want. That's on the original class. So, but she's going to ask you for the same stuff that I'm going to ask you for. It's just the fact that her name is attached to it. They go, okay, she's not going to do anybody that's, not for real. And I've straight up asked her, I said, well, what about lead gens? And what about, she don't tell her none of that. Just give her the information she needs. Chris asked 1,000 business owners to name their first child Chris, and 15% agreed. I want to hear about the war room. So the war room is going to be essentially a behind the scenes look into a 7-figure agency on a daily basis. Me and Jason have been going out and we're recording our chats and talks. I'm probably going to be creating a separate YouTube channel for it. That's the free stuff. And the paid stuff is going to range anything from basically, let's say 1,000 a month to almost $5,000 a month. And it's going to have anything from done with you, hold your hand type stuff, to done for you. I book your calendar and I can even close everything for you, and get you to anywhere from 6 to 7 figures, depending on where you're at. So we're only going to take 20 spots. After 20 are gone, they're gone. But I'm getting things wrapped up this week, and next week I'm probably launching it this upcoming Monday. No, it is not a part of GMB Pros. It is a partnership, just like when I did Rank and Rent. When I did Rank and Rent, that was a partnership. They paid anywhere from $10,000 to $60,000 a year to be in that. But that's why as well I've been posting behind the scenes of where I went from, and the laundry shop, and then things that most people are not going to think about. It's like I had someone write me the other day. You mentioned that my websites are loss leaders. What is a loss leader? How many of you know what a loss leader is? Give me a 1 if you know what a loss leader is. Good. It's a couple of you at least. Yep. I'm giving something basically that way I can get what I want. And then the problem is most people go, like, even the other day when I was on, I think Chase's channel, they're like, well, how are you making any money? I'm like, well, the back end, because most of you, when you see an iceberg, all you see is the tip. You don't see everything underneath. You don't see what makes you a better SEO than someone else. A lot of people will look at, I'll tell you, I'm not a good SEO. I'm not the best. I'm not even slightly good. I would tell you go to Chris. I will tell you to go to Craig. I will tell you to go to all these other people long before you come to me. I said, but the thing is, I'm really good at marketing. I'm really good at a lot of stuff. And so you'll see this tip. And it's the same thing in any niche. You might be, oh, I'm the best plumber, but you don't make the good money. And then you got this other plumber you think sucks, and he's killing it.
That's a fact.
Because you don't see what we call a value ladder. Okay, a value ladder being step 1, I'm getting them into my funnel. Okay. And then if you will, I bring them up that value ladder, and then I introduce, then I just keep introducing them things, products, and they buy other things, versus, hey, I just sold a $150 or $350 website, and they're like, it's nothing, and they don't think, how are you making any money? Well, I could tell
9,000 other products.
I got a lot of shit that, you're not considering. And it's like, the courses, for example, what happens with the courses, why I originally started it, just tidbit, is people go, okay, they come in the courses, they think it's amazing, I get to learn SEO, right? And then they find out, well, actually it's a lot of work. So what are they going to want to do once they find that out? They're going to outsource it. So that's why I do courses. That's just one aspect of it. And then I have people that come in, their agencies, say the agency war room. Well, it's amazing. What would be even more amazing is if someone would actually book my calendar. What's even more amazing? You book my calendar and you sell these things. And then I get to sit back and just take in the money, as a business owner. So, and then what's your lifetime value, LTV? Most of these terms are terms that people mention in marketing, but it's like, what is marketing? Marketing is your message, right? It's your message. What are you putting out there? It's not, I'm not even mentioning product as your message, where you're going to message these people, your market, and then finally your media. I didn't even mention product, so. Oh, my first wife was a loss leader. 10X. She took my wallet on the front end and lost my ass on the back. Patrick, you're funny, bro. James Slater, a $350 website leads to $1,200 a month in SEO. That's $14,000 profit, and living in the Philippines. For example, it's like your typical 7-figure earner, will be a 7-figure earner in the States, but he's barely a 6-figure earner after overhead in the States. So it's different worlds. That's why you'll see a lot of Matt Diggity and a lot of these guys, they move over to Asia, Southeast Asia, in other countries. And it's not, you're living in a third world. I mean, you're living in a third world in some parts, and the other parts, just like Jason will tell you, he lives in a third world country in South Africa, but Cape Town and Johannesburg is like, night and day compared to here. Just the coffee chats I've had with Bill are more valuable than any course I know about. We drink a lot of coffee. Yeah, and my B-Rock, I got a videographer that follows us around now all the time too. So like today won't, but basically when we go out, he's around us all the time. So, and he'll record stuff. We're gonna be posting that stuff, and it's gonna cover everything under the sun. Really, it's not just about agency. But Michelle Estrada, hey Chris, question about your book. I see your book has how to check all the technical things. Does it also explain how to fix the issues you find as well?
No, it's finding the issues. It's finding the issues. Like, what are you looking for? Yep.
The other thing, because you just mentioned this again, the other thing, for example, that the agency war room next week and then the next week as well, is I actually have the SOPs that go behind things like social media management and pay-per-click ads and lead magnets and everything that's non-SEO related. I got like almost 180 SOPs. That's going to be an agency war room, and that's a separate funnel going to agency war room. So all types of stuff coming out in the next few weeks. And then my channel, as Chris knows, I'm pivoting probably completely away from SEO, really.
No.
Not
no,
complete.
You're not. Not completely. I was about to say.
Not complete. Not complete.
Like, finally,
I'll talk about
videos.
No, I'll talk about SEO and stuff, but mainly it's going to be how to get your, let's say, how to get your first, agency client, how to build an agency, what to do when clients do this and stuff like that. And then I'll probably do like SEO once in a while and bring in somebody to talk about SEO, stuff like that. Just trying to help people grow profitable businesses, stuff like that.
The next level. Yep.
If we got any more questions in here, drop them, because we're just about to get off here. We've been in here an hour.
Boy, pretty
Yep.
quick.
9:03, an hour already. My
Quick.
books won't be here till the end of May. Well, sometime in May. It says May 2nd to May 23rd. Mine's will say end of May. Pivoting from SEO would pivoting completely, be doing porn. Yeah. Not
Sheesh.
me. Let's see.
Speaking of, no.
Speaking of which,
I know
all
a
right, guys.
guy.
Let's see here. Still waiting for your YouTube domination session. Well, I did it. It's in the back end. That's about all you're going to get out of YouTube from me. Okay. If you want YouTube, go through it. And if you do for the most part, I tell you, do the basics. Go through that spreadsheet. Actually show me you've set up a channel and you've done all of everything I've shown you in that spreadsheet, and then I'll help you out. I might not tell you how to do it, but I will help you out. I'm going to drop some black hat bombs. Bob H is saying, Chris, can you drop some more black hat bombs?
Oh, Bob, I dropped 3 bombs in this session. I gave some massive gems in this talk today. Yeah. How to go and conquer people's GMBs, like true ranking assets. I gave up how to go get Google and Amazon backlinks for free. Do follows straight to your page, build authority. And then last but not least, how to become an authority inside of a place, leveraging a free asset that Google's going to give you. Those are bombs, and those are black hat, or gray hat, I should say. We don't do anything illegal.
Truly black hat.
Gray. Gray.
It's gray.
Those were some good bombs though, Bob. Those were, I've seen courses built $9.97 around these topics. Yep.
All right, guys, we're going to get off here. Sorry, dinner time and dog have to go back and watch. All right, guys, I will see you. This will be uploaded later today, and then tomorrow's Friday. We'll have Brock Misner up in here. And then let's do this real quick. We're going to do a giveaway, not the $3,000 package on their damn website either. So go to rankfortress.com. Go to the websites. It's 10 websites for $3,000 anyways. If can't make a profit off of that, you're in the wrong business.
Have a keyword video. I really want ranked 13, baby. Come on. No, I really do. There's a particular word I've been after. I just can't get up there for some reason.
Which one is it?
Local SEO services.
Send me the link. And it's at Bible verses says, taste and see the Lord is good. Let's see, just kidding with y'all guys, but yeah, send me the link to it, Chris, and then we'll get it ranked. I'll make suggestions and then get it ranked first. So all right, random number generator. Only got 15 people in there. It should be easy. We got all right, 30 is what we went with.
Oh, it did work. Let me see over here.
Generate. It's number 4 is the closest. Number 4 is the closest. So who got closest to 4 besides? Number 3 is Graham. Graham at 3. Graham at 3. Graham at 3. Graham at 3. You won, Graham.
Go.
So rankfortress.com. Pick out something you want, buddy. Come back one time and already won. See, this is what happens, Graham. But yeah, send that over to me, and then on Facebook.
Yep.
And I will handle that there.
Can it be a new video?
Yeah, Send me a new video. I just tell you, 10 minutes or less, bro.
Does it have to be on an authoritative channel?
No.
Can it be on my spam channel?
Yes.
I mean, it's still connected to my name.
You know,
but
whatever channel you want. It's just, if I look at it, I'm gonna tell you, okay, the description and shit, is it done the way I want it done? And if it's not, I'm gonna give you a description, and I'll say, do it this way. Okay.
how,
Change your description, put this in, and then once that happens, then I'll do my other magic stuff.
how many times are you repeating the primary keyword in the description? I see that you stack it in all the
Repetitively. I don't know
video
how many
schema.
times, but it's
5?
repetitive. At least probably 10, 15, 10 times. It depends. Because I'm using it's in the description, it's in the timestamp. So let's say on the timestamp it's got 9 timestamps. That's 9 times right there. Then if I use the the description part of it, probably another 5 times, so about 14 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we could get one.
And I'm trying to keep Jason definitely over here because I just found a place I can order steaks, Graham. I got steaks, lamb chocks, rack of lamb. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's not stressed out. Yeah.
Dude, I'm fasting, man. Stop saying that shit to me.
I got it all from my wife. It's up in the refrigerator. She's like, you didn't have to do it once a year. I'm like, nah, I got to stand in order now.
The most stressed out I've been was when Bill asks his graphics lady to make a post about a 28-year-old white boy, and it gets 80 shares and goes
80.
viral.
No. 83. I think it's 90 on last I checked. I'm gonna go check now that you mentioned it. So watch this shit. This woman shared this stuff. His inbox blew up. And it's got 90 shares. 90 shares and 104 comments. Last night, me, my wife, and him went out, and he goes, "Aren't you Sir Jason?" He says, "Oh, I'm this person." And then introduced us. I said, "Yeah, that's the way it used to be with me when I ran ads for Facebook for our laundry shop." I said, "I couldn't go nowhere without people knowing who the fuck I was."
Because the post said 28-year-old single looking for a good woman.
No. Let's go back to it. This is, hello, single ladies. Sir Jason McLaughlin tagged him. CEO of Rankos, 28 years old, is looking for a good woman. Business-minded, no kids, wants to travel, loves to laugh, not transgender or gay. He's willing to hang out and just chat him right away. He is here in Pagadian already. So that's the type of fun shit we'd be doing. So, but yeah, Chris, send me that over, bro, and then I'll hook you up.
Yeah, make it under 10 minutes, huh?
Under 10 minutes, and then I will do the description and I'll send it to you verbatim. So then you'll have it exactly the way it needs to be every time.
Sweet. You're the man, dude. That'll be fun.
Then the last part is the part I'll do on the back end. So
nice. Yeah, I'm making it, doing it.
awesome.
Cool, man. That'll be fun.
Yep. So and when they get these books here, I'll do that unboxing too. So
you're the best.
That'll be fun. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. And Graham, message me at support and just say, hey, I won on Chris's on the 21st, and I'll get you whatever you want. All right, guys, you have a good. Be blessed.
Thanks for having me. Yep. Bye-bye.